Brand new LCP.
Yo, it's your man John A. Schultz. Man, I'm talking to you guys again from the lunchroom grave. Now, as you guys know, I'm on a 2-week break, but when certain topics pop up, it's kind of tough to keep my voice silent because expressing myself, to me, is very calming, it's very soothing, and it's just a great way of expression. Now, yesterday, oh my God, some shit that broke the internet was Boston Celtics head coach Ime Udoka. It's probably, well, I believe he has got suspended for an entire year because he had a consensual relationship with a female staff member. Now, first and foremost, everything I'm going to say in this short bonus segment, I'm saying it right now. I am not excusing what he did. This is a man who has been in a relationship with the black actress, beautiful actress, Nia Long, since I believe 2010. That's almost 13 years they have been a couple. So I am not excusing his cheating behavior. So before I even dive into some more shit, what I got to say, we going to boo Ime Udoka right off the jump. I don't need you motherfuckers to say, oh, you're making excuses for him because you're a man. I'm really not. He should not have cheated on his girlfriend, longtime lover. I don't know what the fuck they called. But now, when I first heard the news, I was talking to somebody, and my first question to her, I said, why is this the issue? Why is this even mainstream news? People cheat every day. Or in the words of Cameron, he would say some shit like, people get cheated on every day, B. And that's a fact. Every fucking day, somebody gets cheated on. Down the street at Target, it's probably a girl who's in there working who got cheated on last night. Why is this news? Especially when they said this is a consensual relationship. So as Stephen A. Smith said yesterday, because Stephen A. Smith yesterday on First Take, now normally I don't agree with what he got to say, but he hit the nail on the fucking head. He said, if you're not going to fire Ime Udoka from the Boston Celtics, then why suspend him for a year and now have this man's job dangling for a year? Either fire him or keep him. And that's what I agree. Now, I understand that, at many jobs, there are work policies in place that prohibit workers from, becoming a couple, sleeping together. But it happens. Because going back a couple years ago when I worked in Athens, Clark County in Georgia, I remember when I had my interview process and they said, yeah, when you work here, just so you know, we don't really want, the workers kind of mingling and becoming a couple because, as we know, it creates work conflict. For example, let's say, there's a woman, let's give her a name, Tasha. So now Tasha is messing with coworker A. They become a thing, they become a couple, but they're not official. Now Tasha, again, she goes to mess with coworker B. Now coworker A is mad because he thought Tasha was his girl, but they wasn't official. So Tasha is free to do whatever she wants. Now she goes messes with coworker B. Now there's work conflict. There may be a potential fight. There's drama. So I understand why a lot of jobs prohibit you from mingling or becoming a thing with your coworkers, but it happens. Most of the time it happens in secret, in private, and it's often kept under the rug. But I guess the Boston Celtics or somebody found out this happened because the only way that this can come to social media, to the public eye, somebody leaked the shit. Somebody who found out this information went and said something. Now, I highly doubt it was Ime Udoka, and I highly doubt it was the female staff member because they probably got shit to lose. Udoka is in a relationship, as I said, with Nia Long since 2010. They have kids together. They have a family. And the motherfucker probably going to lose his family over this because even if Nia Long want to take him back, like when you look at the heavy influence of social media, because social media plays a huge part in influence. So she might be like, you know what? I talked to you. I'm going to take you back. But now she might be on her phone reading comments and reading shit. And like, man, fuck this nigga. He did cheat. And now her mind changes because of the social media influence. Now I want to play for a second a clip of, this was yesterday on NBA on ESPN where my man Jalen Rose, he chimed in with his opinion on the situation with Ime Udoka, and I believe I agree with everything he had to say. Again, this is Jalen Rose yesterday on NBA on ESPN.
Classic example of how your decision making can now influence so many different parts of your life. This decision, these potential series of decisions, unfortunately for him, may cost him his family, may cost him an opportunity to grow up in the same house with his son that he has with Nia Long. It may ultimately cost him his job. And I believe moving forward, I think it's going to be hard ultimately for him to be their leader and coach long term, because those relationships have to be in sync from top down. And at some point, clearly there's been a breach in trust. And now that has happened, I think it's going to be tough for the Celtics long term to continue to see him as their head coach going forward after this situation.
No, I agree. And we talk about the continuity. They were building in Boston. They were building something. And it feels like they've been building for a long time, but it seemed like finally the next level of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart, instead of being the young guys with Al Horford and Kyrie and Isaiah, now all of a sudden these guys were built to be leaders, and they had become leaders, and they had gone through a lot. And now they're about to be on their third head coach in 3 seasons. Let's not, and I understand it's.
Now I want to stop right there because as Jalen Rose said, to start the clip off, like I highly doubt Ime Udoka's coming back. Like him being suspended for a year, that's a suspension for a year, but the nigga ain't coming back. Like it's like in a relationship. Now you know how, for example, now I hope that some of you guys are not still taking relationship breaks when you're in your late 20s and 30s, but let's go back to like teenage years, high school and shit. Now, you know how you may be dating somebody and, it might not be going well. So now he or she might say, hey, you know what? We should take a break for like 6 months. And then after 6 months, let's revisit and come back together. Oftentimes, y'all not coming back together because over that 6-month time span, he might meet somebody else. She might meet somebody else. And now in the process of that break, they begin to fall in love or have feelings for other people. So now after the 6 month is up, the shit's just over. So with the Boston Celtics, yes, this year, like Boston has a great team. If they make another deep playoff or finals run again without Udoka, that nigga ain't coming back. So yes, it sucks. And of course, it's 100% on him. The fact that he even put himself in that situation to begin with. Because anybody, especially somebody in a position of power, like if you allow yourself to be put in that situation, the same thing going back to when I spoke about Tiffany Haddish, like Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. If you allow yourself to be put in a situation where you can be sued, where your name can be thrown in the mud, can be slandered, ultimately, a lot of it comes back on you because Tiffany Haddish, had that video not been out, there would have been nothing to get sued over. I repeat, had that video not been out, there would have been nothing to get sued over. Now, yes, I believe the charges got dropped now. It didn't get dropped because she's innocent. It got dropped because they reached a settlement. And that's the shit motherfuckers don't, the charges got dropped. I told you she was innocent. No. They got paid off. And now when you pay somebody off, that's the settlement. So now because we settled, there's no longer a reason to go to court, so the charges are now dropped because we settled. That's what the shit means. Motherfuckers be so slow now, bro. Oh, the charges got dropped. It means you're innocent. It's not what it means. Boo. But going back to the situation when we Ime Udoka, like to me, my opinion, I kind of hope that we do not have to keep hearing about this. Now, of course, I had to give my opinion because I gave my opinion because the shit got public. But now you guys always know, man. Like I always say, situations like this should not be made public. Like this is personal shit. Because of course now with social media, motherfuckers always act like, how dare he cheat on her? How dare he cheat? That's so fuck. People get cheated on every day. A lot of you guys out there, man, listening to this this podcast bonus episode, watching TV, or have even lived on Earth, a lot of you guys have got cheated on in the past, man. A lot of people get cheated on. I've been cheated on in my past. Like that is something that we all have to go through. And some of you guys may have been the cheatee. meaning the person who actually did the cheating. That is a normal function of life and something that we all go through. So the fact that motherfuckers is just making it go crazy and sensationalizing everything like this, I don't understand it. Like I was on Instagram yesterday. I was seeing the things some of you guys post, and some of you guys acting like the man cheated on you. Y'all don't know Uma Idoka. I can't say his fucking name. Whatever the fuck I couldn't say his name. The man didn't cheat on you. Now, last point I want to make up is that, again, I was talking to somebody yesterday about the situation, and she said, it's crazy. If Nia Long could be cheated on and Beyonce, then no woman is safe. And I hate when people say that, because Nia and Beyonce, these are regular women. Because somebody is quote unquote a higher standard, a higher level of beauty, that don't mean that overall that makes them wife material or that makes them the perfect package for a marriage. I repeat, just because someone is physically beautiful or universally beautiful like Beyonce, Nia Long, Rihanna, that does not mean that that alone makes them the perfect package for a marriage. Because that's when you got to get into other shit. Personality, charisma, attitude, motivation, your level of caring, how soft, how, loving you are. The things that play a part in a long-term marriage, when your beauty is only enough to draw a man in most of the time. But eventually looks goes away. Like I said on IG, it's like when you're young and you beg your mama for a new toy. Oh, mama, that's the best toy. Mama, I really want that Gigapet. Mama, I really want that yo-yo. Mama, I really want that, the Easy Bake Oven. If you get that for me, I'm not going to ask for nothing else, mama. And then you get what you asked for. And now 2 months later, it gets old. It loses its luster because you was excited about getting it. But it only do one thing. You got the Easy Bake Oven. Oh my God, I wanted this forever. And then you got the oven and realized that all the oven do is cook shit. So now if you're not in the mood to cook, the Easy Bake Oven is pointless, because all it does is cook some fucking cookies. That's why I say you got to be able to do more things outside of just parade your looks around in front of a man, because parading your looks, that's an Easy Bake Oven that don't do nothing else but cook some fucking cookies. And now when that motherfucker, when he want to do something else outside of cook some fucking cookies, there's nothing there of value. So yes, when he want to cook cookies again, he'll be back. So you have to do more shit, and we have to stop holding these female celebrities to this. Oh my God, if Beyonce can be cheated on, then there's no hope for me. Get your mind out of that celebrity social medialized world and realize that these women are of no level to you. Like, to be honest, some of you guys might not quote unquote be the best looking woman, but some of you guys may have other dope, amazing qualities that put you way above the Rihanna, way above the Beyonce. So like, stop looking down on yourself because you don't meet that quote unquote universal Instagram social media level of beauty. Beauty is defined in so many ways outside of just one particular way. And that's how we gonna end it, man. Again, I know some of you guys get pissed. Why you don't just release a full fucking episode? I got some content coming on the way, man. But it's a lot of things going on, man. I found out some news by, had to go get a physical for a job. And now next week I got to go see a heart doctor. I got to go get an EKG. And of course, it's a lot of things that's troubling. So I'm taking a couple weeks off to kind of, make sure my health and everything is on point. Make sure my health is A1. And I'll be back. But in the meantime, I'm not leaving you guys high and dry. You guys are still getting little short bonus episodes, bonus content in my absence. But make sure you guys stay safe, man. Keep your health right. You guys out there, man, who are always stay tuned and always supporting the LCP podcast. I love you guys, man.
Brand new LCP.
Again, if you want to support my Cash App, is $NYC Story 718. You guys who have a Apple phone, you guys can sign up for Lunchroom Plus. I believe Lunchroom Plus is $6.99 a month. I got a bonus exclusive LCP Plus episode dropping, I believe, either late this weekend, early next week. It's about 30 minutes. So it's about a full-length episode. But that is going to be exclusively on Lunchroom Plus. Man, you guys stay safe. Take care of your kids. I hope your kids are having a great, amazing start to the school year. Hope it's no school shootings. You know, I'm going to keep praying for a safe, amazing school year for y'all kids, man. And as always, man, it's your man John A. Schultz, the sexiest man alive, and we checking out.
Brand new LCP.